Good morning, guys. Once again, myself, Dr. Rajul Bhardwaj, come up with a lecture on training and development. So, to start with today's lecture, I would like to first of all quote the Chinese connotation, that is the give a man a fish and you have given him a meal, and teach a man to catch fish, you have given him a livelihood. Means training is the act of increasing the knowledge as well as the skills of an employee for doing a particular job. Whereas the term development has a broader connotation and its aim being to improve the overall personality of an individual. As far as the distinction between training and development is concerned, so we can say training is meant for the operatives, whereas development is meant for the executives. The aim of training is to develop some kind of specific skills in an individual, whereas the aim of development is to develop the total overall personality of an individual. That's why we used to call it training is a one shot affair, whereas development is a continuous process. Generally, in an organization, the initiative for training comes from the management, whereas the initiative for development comes from the individual himself, basically from the executive point of view. That's why training is mostly a preparation to meet an individual present needs, whereas development is a preparation for the future course of time. Now, another question comes in mind: what is the need for training and development in an organization? Why we make a separate department, training and development department in an organization? So, as far as the needs are concerned, we can say the need for training in part depends upon the company's selection and promotion policies. Just like we can take an example, companies that attempt to employ only people who already have the needed skills, those companies place less emphasis on training. Whereas, on the other hand, firms that stress promotion from within the organization, from the existing employees to promoting them to recruit the vacant positions, may have to take special steps to ensure that employees develop the skills which will be needed in future course of time to promote them for higher positions. In a similar fashion, we should know about the objectives. Generally, the question comes, what are the objectives of training and development? So, as far as the objectives are concerned, simply we can say, first objective is to train the employee in the company culture pattern. If it is a multinational companies, so in order to overcome the cross-cultural influences. Another one we can say to train the employee to increase his quantitative as well as quality of output. This may involve like improvement in working methods, in improvement in his skills. Another objective we can say to train the employee for promotion to higher jobs, to train the employee bright but dronish in the formation of his goals. Not very much bright, not very much thinking to develop his skills, to train the employee towards better job adjustment and high morale, and to reduce supervision, wastage, and frequent accidents within the organization. Now, very important question which comes generally in the minds of the students as well as in the minds of the executives: how can we identify the training needs? Whether the training is needed in the organization or not, how can we identify that kind of thing? So, if the standards of work performance not being met by the existing employees, frequent accidents, excessive scraps, frequent need for equipment repair, high rate of transfer and turnover within the organization, attrition rate is high, too many low ratings on employee evaluation reports in the performance management system, performance appraisal system, excessive fatigues, struggling with the jobs, and in a similar fashion, bottlenecks and deadlines not being met by the employees. That's why we can say, yeah, training is needed in the organization. Now another question comes in mind, that is the where training is needed. So the answer of this question, it depends upon the structure of the organization, objectives of the organization, human resource and future plans of the organization, and of course the culture mining. Now, which type of training is needed? Generally, in organizational pattern, three type of trainings are very much famous. First, training related to the conceptual skills, training related to the human relations skills, and training related to the technical skills. Different type of training methods are known in the organization, and as far as the training methods are concerned, we can discuss this thing in our next lecture. Thank you. Goodbye for today.